The old blue tram. In Amsterdam there was an old blue tram, riding there for years and years. The old blue tram was happy, and he enjoyed his daily ride. He took children to school and people to their work or to the shops or the market, and especially children loved it to go by tram. Everybody was very kind and friendly, and they always said good morning and goodbye. And at the end of the day, when the old blue tram was tired, he went to the tram depot. That is a sort of parking place or a garage where trams and buses are sleeping at night. In the tram depot, he was often standing between lots of new trams. Sometimes they laughed at the old blue tram because he was so old. The old blue tram did not care at all, because he was so proud that he did his job for so many years and with such a pleasure. But one evening, when he almost fell asleep, he heard voices. Two men were talking to each other. The manager of the tram depot and the managing director were talking about the old blue tram. They said he was much too old and should be taken to the scrapyard. That conversation came as quite a shock. It made him sad, but also angry. He did not want to go to the scrapyard, he just wanted to continue his job riding through Amsterdam and take children and other people wherever they wanted to go. The old blue tram was thinking very hard, but had no idea what to do. And then he rode out of the tram depot, just like that. It was quiet in the streets, very quiet. He had no real plan where to go. But one thing he knew for sure, he did not want to be taken to the scrapyard. He was just wandering around and around, and he was going along canals and crosses bridges and squares, and all of a sudden he escaped out of town. Along villages, along pastures and crossing bridges and rivers, he was going everywhere. He went on and arrived all the way in Belgium and even in France. He was thinking just one thing: I don't want to be taken to the scrapyard. In France, there was an enormous tunnel. The old blue tram doubted what to do, and then he decided to go through the tunnel and went inside. It was very dark, and it gave him the creeps. The tunnel was very, very long, but at last it became light again when he reached the end of the tunnel. He went out of the tunnel and was so happy that there was light again. The tunnel is so very long because it runs all the way from France to England under the sea. The old tram went on and arrived in London. London is a very big city, even bigger than Amsterdam. There were a lot of trams in London, and not only new and modern ones, but also very old ones. And the old blue tram was a little bit frightened, but he just went on and entered the city. First he crossed a very big bridge, and then he stopped very carefully at a tram stop. People and children got in, and at the next stop they got out again, and other people got in, and just like in Amsterdam, everybody was very friendly. They said good morning and goodbye, and the old blue tram slowly started to enjoy it. He also found a tram depot where he could sleep at night. In the tram depot there were all kinds of trams, old ones, modern ones. There was even a double-decker tram. But there was a serious problem. Every tram in London was red, and the old tram was blue. The depot manager had noticed that. He noticed the different color. He inspected the strange blue tram and saw on the back that it was a tram from Amsterdam. He was thinking that this was not a tram belonging to his tram depot, and then he called his colleague in Amsterdam, asking if he was missing a tram. The managing director of Amsterdam was very excited that his missing tram was found in London. "I will send a trailer truck to London right away to pick up the old blue tram." The tram was hoisted up the trailer truck and was brought back to Amsterdam. The managing director of Amsterdam was very happy that the old blue tram was back. He was thinking very seriously what to do. A tram that is capable of riding all the way to London cannot be sent to the scrapyard, he was thinking. And then he came with a very bright idea. The old blue tram was not going to be sent to the scrapyard, but he could ride as a museum tram. And now he rides through Amsterdam, taking children and people to several museums like the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum, and many other museums. And the old blue tram is so proud and ever so happy again. This is the end.